Did I ever tell you this one story? I was on a subway, and you know how like some subways, I think the BDFM has that L-shaped seat,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Where it's not just on
That's
the side.
where someone sat on me.
Yeah. And so we're in the L-shaped seat, and my head is right by the window, and I'm doing exactly that. I'm just chilling, you know, eyes closed, relaxed. All of a sudden, I hear this, ka-jong. I look to my left, a dude with a knife stabbed the window as hard as he could right by my face.
Like outside?
No.
Or like next to you?
Next to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I opened my eyes. I'm like, yeah, that would have been it.
Yeah,
that would have been it. And I
that's
look
it.
at this guy, and he's one of those deranged New Yorkers. And of course, from that point on, I always keep some level of vigilance, right? I don't close my eyes unless I know everyone around me is normal, which you definitely get that vibe. But, you know, you got to keep your eyes on the ball.
It's scary. And you know what? New York has made me so jaded as well, I think, in a way. Because, so yesterday when I was leaving for Pennsylvania, because I took for the day, I was taking the subway, and it was 7:45 on a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I'm riding the subway, and this poor gentleman gets on, and he's asking for money.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff breaks my heart. And that happens every time you ride the subway now. There's someone asking for money. But in my fucked up, jaded New York mind, my first thought was, dude, this isn't the right time. No one with spare cash is riding the subway at 7:45 on a Saturday.
I've had that thought
We
too.
don't want to be here, right? Like we don't have money.
Yeah.
If we had money, we wouldn't be on the subway at 7:45 on a Saturday. And then I hated myself because I thought that's a horrid thought. This guy's just trying to get some cash and some food. But in my mind, I was thinking about this also isn't the best time to do it. Like there's better times.
Yeah, I've had that thought too. And it is a shameful thought.
It's awful.
Right? It's also the thought like when someone's asking for money and you say they're just going to spend it on drugs.
I don't think that so much. I also don't carry cash on me ever. So I never have money to give. If I had food and stuff, I'd happily give it. But I just remember thinking like if he wants to panhandle, like this is not the opportune moment.
If only he was panhandling.
Everyone there was like depressed and going to work probably.
Yeah. If you went full out on the panhandle, you know what I mean? Like went full bore on the panhandle, I think I would be paying more cash.
What do you mean?
You know, like there's a million ways to do it, right? There's like the guys who have like the harmonicas around their necks.
I love
and they
the
go around and they're like $1 for a smile.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of like respect that.
I like, there used to be, because I used to work up in Harlem, and so I'd get on the train at 59th and get off at 145th. So between 59th and 125th, there's no stop. So it was a huge stretch of train. You're on the train for 10 minutes without a break. So there's always people in there performing, showtime, mariachi bands, because they know they're stuck with you for 10 minutes and you can't get off. So every day there would be something, and it was actually quite fun because I get on the train and I'm like, what's it going to be today? And normally it was showtime, they'd be dancing, or a mariachi band. And one time I was on the train and a mariachi band comes on and they're playing and they sound great. And as they're playing, we get to 125th and the doors open and another band gets on the other train and they just kind of look at each other and they're like, and they both just start playing their music. And I'm like,
they
okay,
do at the same time?
This is too much. Yeah, they were like competing. And I was like, this is too much right now. This is a lot of music happening on my train.
I would have totally stoked that. I would have gotten up with a $5 bill and been like, which
Who's
one?
louder?
Which one? Oh, no, well, this
There's
one's kind
some
of winning
really
now.
good musicians on the subway. You get some really good musicians.
You also get those really creepy people on the ACE who come in with like a marker and a giant piece of cardboard, and they sit down and draw pentagrams while staring at you in the eye.
I've never.
There's also that. There's also
never
that.
had that. I've
had
never
that
had
happen. I've had that happen. Yep.
I've never had that.
That was spooky, you know, because you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what kind of like magic.
They're cursing you.
Or they're just crazy, or both.
There used to be like on the High Line, you get those Buddhist monks that would.
Yeah. Do you think they're real?
I don't think they're real.
I don't think they're real either, because they're giving you material they're asking for money
They
back.
give you a book and they're saying like, oh, here's a bracelet, here's a book. We want to introduce you to Buddhism. And if you go like, oh, cool, they go, and that's $20, please. And then they'll just follow you until you pay them. Yeah.
Oh my God.